major injuries. Thank you for those moments where we bonded over a score or a win or even a loss. Father, you are amazing. Thank you for being there with us, whether we were winning or losing. Thank you for those emotional moments that we had on the court or on the field. Father, thank you that we had the privilege of competing against other schools, other students. And thank you for allowing us to be competitive. Father, give us an amazing evening, not focused necessarily on winning, but focused on learning and training and growing. Thank you for the seasons that you gave us, that we could take those, learn from those, and to do better next year. And it's in your Son's name that we pray. Amen. All right, if you are a senior, first of all, seniors, would you stand up? All right, sit back down, sit back down. So, seniors, if you have a moment that you can share within like a minute, and you want the spotlight up here, come up here and share and help us to understand your season and maybe something you learned or something that was just awesome about your year, would you please come up and just, I can bring the mic down to you? Yeah, let's do that. I'll bring the mic down to you so it's make it easier for you. And you just stand up and just share. So we'll do that. Who would like to go first? I'm headed to you. That's all I heard was DK. DK Kim. DK Kim.
What am I supposed to do? Most memorable moment in the season. Most memorable moment during the season is, I think, during APAC. I think we had the fastest loss against Brent, which was, our game ended in 30 minutes, so I can't forget about that.
I think for me was Mr. Skaggs' pasta that he made for us. Handmade vodka pasta. There's no alcohol in it. 싫어.
For me, I think the most memorable time was senior night when we celebrated us. For me, I think it was APIS home game because we had a lot of home crowd. Thank you for cheering for us.
I think every day was my most memorable day. But I will say Hansor's Piki Piki at SIS game was like a starting point of like one of my best years. Yeah.
I think for me, the best moment was our last practice when we were all able to bond and all the seniors cried and our underclassmen cried. But it was like a last bonding moment for us.
Like Elise said, every moment was memorable, but for me, it was the bonding night where we tricked our younger classmates that it was our tennis tradition to sing if you're new to the team. So, yeah.
I think our most memorable time was in Hong Kong, where we had to run like up a 1 kilometer long hill. So that was really hard and it was pretty memorable.
I think the most memorable moment is after the game in Humphrey. Elise forced me to involve in her TikTok video. It was pretty silly, but it was memorable and fun moment.
Hey guys, sorry, it's not like your own athletic director is late to awards night or anything. Welcome. Let's give a huge round of applause. Oh, you're doing great. Okay, thank you, thank you. Guys, welcome to Fall Sports Awards Night. I see some of you dressed up. You look amazing. Look. I'm in a suit too. I don't get to dress up in suits often, so it's kind of cool. I can't believe it's already November. It feels like only a couple weeks ago that I got here. I got to Korea, I got to Daejeon, and I came to TCIS, and I got to meet you guys, and it just whizzed by. I want to congratulate all of you for achieving what you've done this season. Whether it was wins on the court, beating personal records, or coming together as a team, you should really be proud of everything that you've accomplished. Tonight is really about celebrating you and everyone that has helped you to get to the point that you are right now. I hope you are able to celebrate with your team tonight, but also look back at the season as a whole and take some time to reflect, because it's a really good time to do that as well. But before we start presenting the awards and we start calling up our individual teams, I would like you to acknowledge Got it. Yes. I would like you to acknowledge really important people in the room. Wait. As I call the names, coaches, please stand up. Before you applaud, and I know you're holding it in, you know this already, and I know you guys are really great at showing gratitude, but I want to reiterate the fact that none of this is possible without coaches. Like, none of this happens without the dedication, the sacrifices, and really the passion of your coaches to sacrifice their times, to spend time with you guys, and to really give it their all, okay? So please, as I announce the coaches, give them a huge round of applause, okay? First, for cross country, we have Miss Christy Gordon. And we have Mr. Phil Jackson. And we have Miss Claire Jackson. Give them a huge round of applause. All right, for JV Girls Volleyball, we have Mr. Andrew Yuan. Nice. For Varsity Girls Volleyball, we have Mr. Jonathan Skaggs. And Miss Sandra Hidalgo. For Varsity Boys Volleyball, we have Mr. Larry Smith. And we have Coach O, who couldn't join us today. Oh, he's here today, never mind. Amazing. And for Varsity Boys and Girls Tennis, we have Dr. Jangpyo Park. We have Miss Cindy Choi. And we have Mr. Sangbong Lee. Nice. One more round of applause for the coaches. Okay. All right, so before we start handing out awards and before we start taking pictures, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of the awards. And Format's really similar to last year, so if you're returning, then you will be really familiar with this. But I want you to understand the meaning behind each award a little bit, because awards like Most Improved Player and Most Valuable Player are awards that you're probably really familiar with. These are some of the most popular awards that you're going to see in any athletic award ceremonies. But I want you to really understand, starting with the Most Improved Player, it's not just about starting from a really low place and then getting to a place where it's like, whoa, that's good progress on the court or on the cross-country track. It's really about not just the skill of it, but the journey and the progress that you've made throughout the season. And that really reflects not just your athleticism and your skills, but it also really reflects your character and who you are as a person, right? So being able to improve as a cross-country athlete, as a tennis player, or as a volleyball player, like, it requires you to do things that sometimes aren't the most fun. It requires you to do things that are really challenging. And that's the essence of the Most Improved Player Award. Again, a lot of people focus on the skills. A lot of people focused on playing or the placing. But it's really about how you got there and what it took to get there. So I want you to really think about that if you're fortunate enough to receive this award. The MVP, Most Valuable Player. Again, this player, or this award, typically when you think about it, goes to, you might think, the most skilled player on the court, or the player that finishes first in a race. But again, that's just a part of the award. It's not always going to be reflective of how you perform. It's reflective of who you are as an athlete on the team. Most valuable player on the team, it doesn't just mean who scores the most points. It really means, are you the most valuable to the team as a leader, as someone who can uplift others when your team feels really down, someone that your team can really rely on to be there no matter what. And that's what it means, and that really is the true essence of what it means to be the most valuable player. And that's what we want the MVP to be defined as, not as, again, the most skilled player, but the player that truly matters or is the most valuable to the team. And then we have some coaches awards, and this is going to be different depending on which team you are on. There are going to be some variations because there are some traditional awards that are going to be given out depending on the sport. Some that are going to be quite ubiquitous is Dragon's Heart. That's an athlete that's the most encouraging and uplifting and positive on the team. Dragon Fire, kind of explanatory in the sense that they bring the fire to the team. They really give the team energy when the team needs it the most. Leadership, someone who's able to provide a lot of guidance and control and stability to the team when the team really, really needs that in the game. And there are going to be some others that your coaches will explain as they present the awards to you. Varsity status. This, I know you guys are familiar with. If you are on the varsity team and you are a contributing member of the varsity team, then you're going to be varsity status. So it really celebrates your work and your dedication to make it to the varsity level. And at the high school level, that is the highest level of athletics that you can make it to. So for people who aren't familiar with, pins for the first year achieving varsity status, and if you don't have your Letterman jacket yet, I will give you instructions on how to order that so you can wear that. And for people that achieve varsity status as a second year or third year, you will get a bar to put on your Letterman jacket. Cool? Sounds good? Sounds good? Awesome. Okay, let's start with the awards. So, oh, wrong way. To start with, could I please get all of the JV girls volleyball team on the stage?
Hey, um, we're all here, JV girls, except one player, Yunji, right? Yeah, she has a transportation issue, so she can't be here. On behalf of our JV team, I'd like to extend our sincere appreciation to the people who have been helping and supporting our team through the whole season. So first of all, thank you to our AD, Mr. Danny, for organizing the games. Yeah, hands up for him, please. For organizing the games for us, and thank you for taking the time to do conditioning with all volleyball players. The drills he prepared for the conditioning proves that he not only watched our games, but also studied our needs. I encourage all sport players to get some training, workout, conditioning tips from Mr. Danny to build up our body first before you approach the sport. And he's really a great help, okay? So thank you, Mr. Danny. I want to give thanks to all volleyball coaches, Coach Skaggs, Coach Larry, and Coach Sandra. It is our privilege to travel with the varsity teams and watch and support our own games. We feel like a family when we travel and fight together and cheer for each other. Thank you to all GA staffs, parents. Thank you to our TAP coordinator, Mr. Lee, our BAS coordinator, Mr. Huang, and Mr. Zhou up there. Thank you, Mr. Zhou, who worked for tons of hours behind the scenes just to make sure that we have the best experience in and out of school. I especially want to give thanks to our admin team, Mr. Moy Moy, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Chen, Mr. Diego. Thank you for making EA Pizza possible for our JV team. We're going to Taiwan for EA Pizza Volleyball this Thursday, the day after tomorrow. Yeah. Our team has saved a lot of beautiful memories so far, and there will be more to come. And last but not least, I want to thank you for my wonderful JV girls for a successful season. Thank you. Give a round of applause to my players. Thank you. It feels like a roller coaster ride throughout the season. Together, we've been through some really difficult times. We lost many games. Our players got injured or sick. In the middle of the season, I lost my dad. And it happened right before a home game against DSS. I had to leave my team for China for the funeral. And my lowest point in my life, my girls, with the help of Coach Sandra and Coach Skaggs, used the victory to cheer me up. You make me feel that I am worthy. Thank you. I hope you... Thank you. I hope you can always keep the growth mindset, keep practicing, keep playing, keep challenging yourselves, and always believe in yourself that you are awesome and you can be better, all right? Without further ado, let's unpack the awards for JV volleyball team. Okay. So the first award will be Dragonfire. Okay. Every team needs a leader, both on and off the court. The Dragon Heart Award goes to a player who has demonstrated a positive attitude in all situations, whether we were winning or losing, quoted by Mr. Larry. She might not have the best skills, but she has the heart of a dragon, carrying the team and caring for each player. She understands what the team needs at the different times. She's fully committed, and she embodied the dragon spirit of never giving up. She works tirelessly, often staying late for extra practice. I am deeply moved by her passion, and I hope all players can learn from it. This year's Dragonfire Award goes to our JV co-captain, Ji-Hoo Jung. Next one will be the Dragon Heart. Okay. The Dragon Heart Award goes to an athlete who helps drive the team and just fires up the teammates. This player showed this quality from the very start of the season during our first game against one of our strongest opponents, while everyone was overwhelmed by their powerful serves. She was the only one cheering loudly for the whole team. She did this throughout the season. Every team needs a voice, and she, together with our co-captain, were our voice. I admire her spirit and character. She never fears any opponent, any game, and she always believes that we can win. This year's Dragon Heart Award goes to our JV team co-captain, Emma Bridge. This player developed the most powerful serve on our team. While her average service success rate may not be the highest, but in crucial moments, especially during tournament games, she truly shines. When we faced our first opponent, KIS, during the final tournament, she served over 10 aces in a row, helping our team establish a strong dominance in the game. Her performance inspired the entire team to play at a higher level. I want to acknowledge her commitment to the team. This year's Best Server Award for the JV girls volleyball team goes to Chloe Kim Alders. Congratulations. Okay. MIP. This player has shown incredible improvement throughout the season, and our whole team has witnessed her growth. She sets high standards for her performance, both in practice and during the games. Her teamwork is outstanding, and her serving skills have become one of the strongest. She never hesitates to spike the ball when it's set near her. She has also taken on multiple roles throughout the season, including the setter, right side hitter, and finally, outside hitter. I am grateful to have a player like her, and I can almost foresee her becoming a valuable player for the future Dragon Varsity team. So this year's MIP award for the JV girls volleyball team goes to Elsie Ward. Last one, MVP. This player has demonstrated exceptional organizational skills on and off the court. She joined our team late, initially as a humble manager. We needed her for a tougher position, the setter. Ball receiving can be especially challenging for JV girls, making the setter's job even more difficult. But she was always there, ready to hustle and deliver the perfect pass to our hitters. Her consistent and powerful underhand serve was another asset. Her qualification for MVP goes beyond her volleyball skills. It reflects her commitment to the team. I want to personally thank her for everything she has done for the team. And this year's MVP award for the JV girls volleyball team goes to Yewon Jung.
Okay, so I would like to give a speech as the co-captain of the team. So, hello everyone. As the JV captain this year, it has been an honor to lead the team and take on this opportunity. Our team this year has been pretty new with few returning players, but throughout the season, we have grown a lot, not just as a team, but as people as well. At the beginning of the season, many of us were challenged during games and practices, but as time passed and we practiced, we were able to adjust and learn new skills, as well as develop a strong team spirit, which was at the base of the strength of our playing ability and mindset. I'm truly grateful to have such a dedicated and passionate team with unique players who have different skills and energy to bring on the court. I appreciate your hard work for each and every one of you. I would like to thank our other captain, Jihu, for her motivation and leadership this season, as well as her strong spirit on the court. I would like to appreciate Ms. Hidalgo and Mr. Skaggs for stepping in during our home game against Dwight, and finally, our coach, Mr. Yuan. All of us have enjoyed this season with you, and we are so grateful that you have been our coach. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for always believing and supporting us, even during tough times. The reason we have become such a strong team is thanks to you and your guidance. I hope we can all do well during EA Pisa and finish off the volleyball season strong. Thank you for your time.
Miss Hidalgo? Yeah. The JV girls would like to invite Miss Hidalgo up to the stage. Give a huge round of applause for JV Girls Volleyball! I would now like to call up the cross-country team on the stage.
Good evening, everybody. Ooh, wait, here we go. Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. This cross-country team, first of all, I'm just going to start off, as I often do. Cross-country is hard, right? As Christian had mentioned, yeah, APAC included a 1 kilometer hill uphill. And yes, what goes up must come down. So they did get to then go down the 1 kilometer downhill, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Like, it actually hurts quite a bit going downhill as much as uphill. Not to mention our 400-meter uphill through the trails. So, and they've run that multiple times. They'll do it 3 times or 4 times in one season, or sorry, in one practice. So this team is tough. But the 2024 cross-country team is a team of grit and perseverance. I've been so impressed, and it's probably one of the grittiest teams that I've coached. Just from runners who have started having never run any distances or played any sports to those who I've had the pleasure of coaching since 6th grade. And it has been a season of injury and illness, particularly for our girls team, which caused us to not be able to field a full team for many of the meets. But those athletes during those injuries, they didn't give up. They biked, they iced, they did strength workouts as needed. They were determined to get back to it, back to our grueling workouts, and back to Muscle Mondays with Moi Moi. Then also it was really exciting that this was our first season hosting the cross-country kayak tournament, which was a huge endeavor. And for those of you who volunteered, could you stand up for a moment, please? Those of you who volunteered to marshal or be our timer, Mrs. Ward, I see you. Mrs. Barbara Smith-Jung, stand up. Some of our athletes too, yes. It's those two and about 30 to 35 other community members. So without further ado, we'll get to our awards. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think you are the first one. Go ahead.
So the first award, this runner ran through most of the season and has a warm heart towards the team. He is always looking out for other runners and managers. He has developed leadership skills and provides a positive role model for others in the team. Generally relatively quiet, he has developed more of a voice with a Barnabas son of encouragement vibe to it. He has improved his stamina and speed to lower his personal best for 5-kilometer distance this season. Despite having a significant injury, he attended APAC as a varsity runner, and he ran the opening leg of the relay race. He has an openness about him to mix socially with runners from other teams, creating at many meets, it's no surprise, the Andy Kim fan club. Well done, Andy Kim, for Dragon Heart.
Okay, our next award is Dragon Fire. This teammate needed only to open his mouth, and his deep voice and well-contemplated words would motivate or spark determination in his teammates. This year's Dragon Fire Award goes to Christian Sung. Next is our Man of Steel Award. Yes, okay. This runner, as an 8th grader last year, and this year as a 9th grader, this year, he has run varsity since his first meet. He was critical of his stamina at the beginning of the season, but he kept pushing himself in his distance runs and his 800 and 1600 meter tempo runs and in his speed workouts. At our Dalton meet, he ran a negative split for the 2.5 kilometer point, and then sprinted into the finish, proving his stamina and endurance and how it had grown over the course of the season. This runner would also add on additional repeats after completing the required ones. Not only this, but he was often the first to congratulate teammates in workouts and meets, giving high fives or pats on the back to show that he cares, and also his willingness to help every member of the team. I've been so impressed with this athlete, so I'd like to congratulate Elias Jackson.
From his first meet of the season, this teammate has knocked off a total of 12 minutes from his 5K time. What's more, he has been a committed member of the team, never missing a practice, being coachable, and improving his running form incredibly. This award goes to Sean Kim.
For our most valuable player for the boys team, this athlete has worked hard all season and has responded to coaches' feedback on his form. He broke 20 minutes at Humphreys in 1914. That was the first time for him in his seasons. He is also a great example of a committed, dedicated teammate who takes the sport, his training, and his position on the team incredibly seriously. I look forward to seeing him earn all conference or even better next year after training over the summer. I'd like to congratulate Woo-Sung Chang. Now for our girls teams. Let me see.
The Dragon Heart Award for the girls team. This runner has shown a positive attitude throughout the season, through difficult workouts, even long runs right after her Stuco meetings. She digs deep and shows heart throughout her workouts and towards her teammates. This season's Dragon Heart Award goes to Chai Min Sung. Okay, for our Girls Dragonfire Award. This student is the #1 encourager of our team, hands down. She served as a prime example of a teammate and has shown new athletes the ropes, how to pace and how to push themselves. Our Dragonfire Award goes to Hyunsun Kim.
Okay, now for Women of Steel. This athlete hurt her knee badly, unfortunately, at the first meet at SFS on September 1st. However, she was determined to recover and be able to run at APAC. She pushed herself in biking workouts when she could bike. She still maintained a positive attitude and drew the team closer at team dinners. She tried to run at the Osan race, although she couldn't finish, but she continued to persevere and push on. Although she couldn't finish the 5K tournament at APAC, we decided that wouldn't be in her best interests, but she did run an amazing, I got to see her come into the next leg, but she ran an amazing 1 kilometer leg at the APAC relay event the next day. She was able to run her last 5 kilometer race on her own course here and run Dragon Hill at Kayak. The Woman of Steel for this year is Sherry Yoon. Okay, now for Most Improved Runner for our women. Joining the team in and of itself was a feat for this runner. It may have been that I just annoyed her a lot last spring when I continually asked her to join, but that she finally gave in, but she did say yes. Despite the difficulty of every practice, this athlete committed to attending every practice and to pushing herself to the best of her ability. She ran great times in her meets as a result. She became a teammate who would joke around with others and smile amidst the grueling workouts. She persevered and overcame personal challenges to line up at the start of the races and cross that finish line. We are so proud of this runner and the teammate she has become. Congratulations, Ellie Leonard. And now for our most valuable athlete. This modest teammate and runner may not agree with this, as she was unable to run for most of September due to illness. Nevertheless, after she received the doctor's diagnosis and had her questions answered, it was like a weight had been lifted off of her, even despite the alternate workouts that she continued to do. She was able to run again, and you could tell that she was just super pumped about it. Let's see, when she started running again at the end of September for our September 28th meet, she ran 1.5 minutes faster in her second meet in her second meet than the week before at Dalton, and only 17 seconds off of her all-time PR. This athlete, most importantly, learned this year how to listen to her body, how to take care of herself, and how to be patient with her recovery. So this year's Most Improved Runner is Victoria Lee. She was unable to be here today, but go Victoria. Okay, thank you.
Now the seniors will come on the mic and say a few words about the season.
Hello, I'm Christian, one of the captains of cross country. I'd like to say a few words about our coaches and our team. Cross country, like Coach Gordon said before, is a demanding sport where every runner must push to their physical limit for roughly 20 minutes in each race. Despite the challenging nature of the sport, our runners have consistently pushed themselves, braving injury and health issues, and persevering through demanding courses. Through these challenges, we have grown and become a stronger team together, and I believe that these experiences are meaningful in that they shape us and inspire us to take on that hill whether it on the course or in our lives. I'll remember this team and our time at Hong Kong APAC, all those times we ran Dragon Hill and kayak on our home course. All along, our coaches have been cheering us on and providing us with invaluable advice. And for the support, I sincerely thank them. It's been an honor to run with this team and to be one of its captains. Thank you all.
Hello, my name is Andy Kim, senior, and I'm pleased to speak on behalf of our team tonight. This season went by so fast. From Chuseok to SCW, we honestly didn't have much time to practice. But I believe there are no regrets. Because we all suffered together, we ran uphills and sometimes even mountains. We got stronger through our Muscle Monday practices. And most importantly, each one of us made precious connections that would otherwise have never happened. And I would like to give special thanks to our 3 coaches, Mrs. Gordon, Mr. Jackson, and Mrs. Jackson, who made all of this possible. I know next season will be another best one, and I know hills are our favorite.
Hello, I'm Sherry Yoon. I'm the captain of the TCIS cross-country team. This was my 3rd and last year of running as TCIS varsity cross-country team. The final season was especially meaningful to me as I grew not only as an athlete, but also as a leader. It was a challenging year for our team as we struggled with multiple injuries, including me. With dedication and teamwork, we pushed through every hard moment together. I want to have special shout out to my senior captains and managers. You guys made my final year so much joyful. I'll never forget hearing my teammates cheer for me at the finish line. I'm truly grateful for my time on this team. I'll miss you guys so much. Thank you.
Coaches, please join for the photos. Coaches, please remain on the stage. Please remain on the stage. Come back, come back, come back. All right, one more round of applause for cross country. All right, now it's time for varsity girls volleyball. Please come on the stage.
I'm going to grab the mic because it's a little bit easier to hold it up rather than have to lean forward. Well, what an honor and a privilege it has been to coach the varsity girls volleyball team this year. I have been coaching volleyball for this will be my 4th year, having started out coaching varsity back in 2021 in COVID. Then having now trained JV for 2 years and then coming back up to train varsity for this year. And it has been such an honor and a privilege to coach such a wonderful and just exciting team to be with. But I could not have done this without the help of Coach Hidalgo and all of her support that she gave me as an assistant coach. She's been my assistant coach now for 3 years, and I've give a great, deep appreciation to her and her help. So if you can please give her a round of applause. I would also like to thank Mr. Danny Yoon. He helped us on our Tuesdays for all of our conditioning, along with the varsity boys and the JV girls. He worked them to the bone with conditioning, and they greatly improved because of it. We saw it on the court during our games, so I want to say thank you, Mr. Danny, for all your work that you've put into our teams this season. All right. Varsity girls, it has been a tremendous season of practices through unexpected circumstances, whether illness or injury. You have all persevered and played so well together. Some of my highlights as a coach were seeing you play together as a team, especially as we neared the end of our season. Our home game against CDS is still one of the most chilling games for me, of seeing not just a team of individuals playing together, but rather a set of girls who are there to support each other, to lift each other up and play as a team. Everything flowed so smoothly. And to see that carry over not just into APAC, but also into our kayak tournament, where you persevered and played hard into our first day, defeating ICSP all the way up into the 5th set, and then going all the way up into the final. So very thankful for all of you and your dedication to this team. All right, so to jump into the awards. Okay, Dragonfire. Dragonfire. This award goes to a player who helped to lead a team and fire them up when difficulties arose on the court. This award goes to a player whose passion drives not only herself on the court, but helps to fire up her teammates to step up and perform to their fullest capacity. The dedication of this athlete shone throughout our practices, and she was focused on receiving and digging every hit that came her way. In the middle of games, we were able to rely on her to receive even the most difficult of serves. Her care and love for the team was seen both on and off the court, and I can't imagine a better athlete to receive this award than our senior co-captain, Gian Park. Okay, the Linchpin Award. The Linchpin Award. I have the honor of inheriting this award from previous varsity head volleyball coaches. A linchpin, for those that don't know, is someone who is defined as a person who is vital to an organization or a group. Thus, the Linchpin Award honors a volleyball player whose reliability and resilience holds and binds the team together. During our entire season, from our first game against GSIS to our final games during the Kayak Plate Tournament, you could feel the impact this athlete made when she was on the court. So much so that we would intentionally move the starting rotation so that she could be on the court to play a critical role in our 5th set against ICSP. She made sure that we were able to finish every point and to not even let the team get a chance to hit. This year's Linchpin Award goes to Lauren Kim. All right. Now moving on to our Most Improved Player. The Most Improved Player Award. This athlete came out to tryouts already with the knowledge of volleyball and how to play the game. But she initially wanted to and planned to join the team as an outside hitter. But when unexpected circumstances arose within the team, she stepped up and learned a whole new role, a whole new position. This role, setter. A defining role in volleyball, as they control the pace of the game so much with how they set the ball to our hitters. a role that in the beginning she was reluctant to play, but nonetheless stepped up to with courage, determination, and learned for more than half the season how to play its position to its fullest capacity. She was a vital player during the latter half of our season and did an amazing job in kayak. Our Most Improved Player award this year goes to Mina Chung. All right, and finally on to our MVP, our Most Valuable Player. This award goes to someone who leads our team and knows her craft well enough to prove it on the court. This athlete also worked on perfecting her skills while being willing to explore new avenues to score points and worked hard to create an impact in every game, every set, every point. One of the most chilling points was seeing her hit back row in a game for the first time against CDS, something that she had only been working on for a couple of weeks. In many different ways, she's contributed to the growth of the team, both in her leadership on and off the court, and we are going to miss her extremely in the years to come. Having received all APAC and both all conference and all tournament for kayak, this year's Most Valuable Player award goes to our other senior co-captain, Ashley Kim.
I'd like to invite the seniors and the captains up to say a few words about the season.
Hello, this is Sally Park, one of the seniors of the team. I can confidently say that this year's volleyball team was the best sports team that I will ever be involved in throughout my career as an athlete. Most importantly, I would like to thank all my teammates, Gian, Ashley, Lauren, Esther, Mina, Sophie, Victoria, Amy, and Damin. It was, and I just want to say I love you guys, and for showering me so much love, even the times where I didn't really deserve it, and trusting me on court despite the height limitations. Thank you. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley. I'm one of the captains this year. First of all, I want to thank my parents. They've been my biggest supporters for all my years playing sports. And even when you couldn't be there, Mom and Dad, I know you were supporting me. And I want to thank my mom especially for packing all the team snacks because I was too tired to do so. And next, I want to thank my coaches, all the way from Mr. Huang and Libby to Mr. Skaggs and Miss Hidalgo. Coaches, thank you for supporting me through all the ups and downs this year. I really appreciated all your help. And I especially want to thank Miss Gail. I don't know if she's here, but she's coached me for the longest and has always been our team's #1 supporter. So thank you, and I love you, Miss Gail. And to my teammates, my amazing girls volleyball team, we've been through a lot and we've had a pretty rocky start, but we ended up becoming the closest team. I never could have imagined it. I'm so grateful I got to end my senior season with all of you, with all the best group of girls I could ever ask for. Thank you to Gian, my senior captain, and my other senior, Sally, along with Lauren, Esther, Tom, and Sophie, Amy, Victoria, Mina, and Esther, for an unforgettable last season. And lastly, I want to thank God for guiding me through this journey. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gian. I'm the other co-captain of this year's varsity volleyball team. And first off, I want to start by thanking thanking my coaches for all the hard work, dedication, and the effort they put into our team. I'm so grateful for everything they've taught me throughout the season, and I'll cherish it forever. I also want to thank my parents, my sister, and my brother for being my biggest supporters and always being there for me. They've encouraged me through every step and through the 4 years of playing volleyball on both JV and varsity, and I couldn't have done it without them. And lastly, I really want to thank my amazing teammates, my 동생들, my co-captain Ash, and my senior Sally for this entire season. I couldn't have asked for a better team, and y'all truly made this season the best season ever. There are so many memories that I'll cherish. The late night ghost talks, the bonding nights, and laughing around together, and just everything in general. I'm going to miss y'all so much, and good luck next year. Love y'all. Thank you.
And now for gift presentations for the coaches. One more round of applause for girls volleyball. Now I would like to invite up Mr. Larry, Coach O, and all the boys volleyball team.
All right. I want to echo what Coach Yuan said to our AD, Danny, and to Mr. Joe, and to the parents, and those who came out and supported all of our games. Just a huge thank you for the stuff that you've been doing for all of us this first season of sports. And so, 감사합니다. Thank you so much for supporting and being there for us. For us this year, it was, we knew going into the season that it was going to be a developing season, a growing season. We just didn't know how humbling of a season it was going to be. Our record, yeah, that's a tough record to hold. It is a record, I think, for our school, but it's not the way you want it. But we knew that with the amount of rookies and first-time volleyball players on our team, that it was going to be a difficult season. And our last two games, you know, our first game in GSIS, we went up there for the Korean Classic, and we went, and the first game was against GSIS, and we did really pretty well. And I remember coming away from that game saying, hey, guys, we'd only had a couple practices, and I said, hey, we can compete. We're not going to get shut out or anything. But it's going to be a lot of work. And actually, our record doesn't really reflect how close we were to these teams, these other teams in the Red Division. Looking at the stats, looking at the average amount of points that we made per set, it was 18 points per set, every set, on average, in every game. We're being competitive. And that was our sort of theme for the whole year. Is I just want you to grow. I want you to train. I want you to, just get in there and do your best. And, it's going to come. We're going to improve. We don't have that chemistry yet because we haven't been on the court together for very long. And so our last two games, I think that was the real sort of confirmation that we're starting to gel as a team, and we won those two last games, and we won them pretty decisively, 3-0, 3-0. And so that was the great piece of the end of the year, is to walk away and go, we don't just compete, we can win. And so I hope that you guys will take this into next season, that we can win, that there are moments and seasons of growing. And even in life, there are moments where it gets tough, especially when you go off to college, DK, and things get really tough. Stick with it, right? So, with that, let me get to the awards. You got it? Dragonheart. The Dragonheart Award goes to someone on the team who has demonstrated a positive attitude in all circumstances, whether we were winning or losing. When we were ahead in a set, he was smiling. When we were behind, he was smiling. He was always encouraging his teammates. He was always trying to reframe bad moments into good ones. It is not a surprise that last year's recipient of the Dragonheart Award is also this year's recipient. Congratulations to Danny Kim for being our Dragonheart for this year. He's still smiling. All right. The Dragonfire Award is given to an athlete who helps drive the team. It is given to someone who helps fire up his teammates. This year we had one young man who was our main attacker, and when he was showcased, it was amazing to see him hit. He could hit from anywhere, outside, oppo, pipe, wherever he was on the court, he could turn a set into a kill. And when he did, it helped light a fire under the team. And I'm going to share one stat with you. He had the most kills of any player at our kayak tournament. Congratulations to our co-captain, Aramche, for being our Dragonfire recipient. Most improved. The Most Improved Player Award is an award we let the team decide on, and they chose well. Our MIP this year is a rookie who played in every set of every game. Most every set. He filled a spot in the team that is not necessarily a popular position on the court because you get beat up in that position. But he seemed to love it. I don't know if he wanted the position because his sister held the same position on the girls' varsity team, but he seemed a natural at it. He went from rookie libero on our team to the kayak tournament's best passer. At tournament, he had more digs than any other player. Congratulations to Canoe Park for being our Most Improved player. In 3 sets, he had 32 digs. Crazy. The Most Valuable Player Award goes to a player who had the most impact on the team on the court. Without this young man, we would not have been the same team. Even at tournament, other coaches and players recognized his abilities. And before I could nominate him for best setter on the kayak tournament, other coaches were mentioning him before me. One coach even told me that her players were in awe of his sets. They wished that they had a setter like him. He had the most aces at tournament with a total of 15 aces. He was all conference kayak, all APAC, and all tournament kayak. This year's MVP award goes to our captain, Daniel DK. I'm giving 3 coaches award. I only gave 2 out, and that's because we're not a extremely large squad. We're not even a full squad. But this year, I kind of just wanted to recognize a couple people instead of giving that award, because it's for the whole team. To go with our record and to stick with it the entire year. To be somewhat engaged at practice, because it's tough to come to practice when you have that record. It's really tough. And so if I was to give another award, it would be to every young man up here, and it would be, Miss Christy Gordon already said the word, it'd be a award of grit. They stuck with it. They represented TCIS even when it was difficult to get on that bus. Even when after the game, I'm sure we were low, and there was just moments when, we could just so easily just sort of fade away and not be a part. But they stuck with it. Thank you guys for sticking with each other. I also want to thank Coach O. Coach O came to 2 or 3 practices every week. He was our skills coach, and he's amazing. We hope that he will continue being with us for some time. Twist his arm. But he gave us something that he gave that I can't give. I can organize and do some sort of teaching and coaching, but Coach O is the technician. He knows what to do where and where they should be on the court. And so I'm very grateful that he was a part of our team, and I believe he helped us mold together towards those last 2 games. So thank you, Coach O. And one last thanks. I'm hoping that there is some sort of recognition for these people that we call managers. I hope that there is some sort of, I don't know if they can letter in this or what. We don't have to get into that, but I want to recognize our 2 managers. And in fact, if you're a manager in any sport, would you stand up with us? Thank you. Managers have a tough job, but they can make the job their own. And I know that our 2 managers did so much. While we're practicing, they're shagging balls, they're doing things, moving things around, setting up nets. Off the court, out of practice, they're collecting forms and stuff from the teammates. It is an amazing help that our managers give us. And so I just want to say thank you to Jason and Julia on our team, and just thank them for being our managers.
Now the seniors and the captains will come up and say a few words.
Hi, I'm DK. DK Kim. Good evening, everyone. First off, I just want to thank all of you, coaches, teammates, families, and Mr. John AD, for your support this season. As the only senior on the team, it's been an incredible experience to not only lead, but to grow with this group of young athletes. This team has shown what it means to work together, push each other to be better, and build a bond that extends beyond the court. I'm proud of what we've accomplished, and it's been an honor to help guide our younger players, knowing they'll keep raising the bar for this program. To my teammates, thank you for trusting me to lead. You've made my final season unforgettable. And to our coaches, your guidance and belief in us made all the difference. I'm excited to see where this team goes in the future, and I know the legacy of hard work and teamwork will live on. Thank you guys, and yeah, I love you.
Hi everyone, it feels weird standing up here as a senior. I have so many things to say, but first I would like to start off thanking my two coaches, Mr. Larry and Sang-gun Sim. Mr. Larry, who I consider not only as a coach, but as my grandfather. I'll remember all the small chit-chats. It's okay, you're not that old. I love you, Mr. Larry. We had before game talking about lineups and like small pranks we played on each other when picking up the balls. I'll also remember all those coaches point when we were doing the stats. For Coach O, I would like to talk it in Korean. 상은쌤 항상 저랑 경기 때 같이 점수 보고 이게 맞나라고 그리고 and whenever Aram makes a hit, he used to say like 아람아 빨라. 근데 그러면서 같이 웃고 좋은 기억 많이 만들어 주셔서 감사합니다. And for the boys, I never directly said it, but thank you so much for making this season so memorable to me. I can surely say that all of you are very funny in different ways, and I laughed almost every single practice, no matter it was away games or home games or anything. I promise I can list them out to like all individuals of you. I'll miss you guys so much.
This season wasn't easy. It was one of the toughest one we've ever had. We started our season with only 2 starters from last year, but we still managed to fought through, and that's why this season was also so valuable. First, I want to thank our coaches who stuck by us through every practice, every hard game, and every moment when we thought we couldn't go on. Your guidance and support kept us moving forward. We truly couldn't have done this without you. And to my teammates, I'm so proud of each of you who never gave up. You all improved a lot and showed commitment, which makes me to look forward to next season. To our senior DK, thank you for leading the way and helping each one of us to improve. We wouldn't be able to improve this much as a team without having you as a only senior and captain, except Julia, our manager. And also thank you managers Julia and Jason for taking the stats and caring for our team. Thank you all again for an amazing season. Thank you.
Now I would like to call the boys varsity tennis team to come up on the stage.
Good evening, everybody. As the head coach for the boys varsity team, this year is especially meaningful because it marks the final season for our seniors. Minjun, Justin, Do, and Daniel joined the team as a freshman, and Jiu came on board as a sophomore. That was my second year as head coach of the tennis team, so these boys have been with me for the full time they've been on the tennis team. I can still picture them as a group of wide-eyed, slightly frozen 14-year-olds, so different from the young men they are today. I've had the privilege of coaching them, growing together on this team, me as their coach, and them as dedicated players. I'm truly grateful for their commitment and dedication throughout. I'm going to miss this group of young men, not only for the results they achieved, but also for the countless memories we have shared along the way. Looking ahead, I'm very optimistic about the future of our tennis team. We have a talented group of young players who joined us as freshmen and sophomores, just like these group joined. I see a bright future as these young players step up, ready to carry on the success and traditions that the departing players have left behind. I want to extend my gratitude to every player on the team, whether you were on the court supporting from the sidelines, including our manager, for your dedication and perseverance throughout the long season. Each of you played a vital role in our success. I would also like to thank my fellow coaches, Coach Cindy, and especially Coach Lee for his technical abilities and his care of the players. And of course, to the parents, thank you for the constant support and care you showed to both the players and the team all season long. And I would like to thank you for that. Now let's begin with the awards. This player was not the easiest player to coach. He was not the quickest or with the rare athletic ability. But there were moments where I saw sparks of what he could do when he was focused and well-trained. This year, at the beginning of the season, due to a serious illness, he was not able to practice with the team and joined the team 2 weeks into the season. After coming back, with hard work and determination, he showed signs of brilliance with his forehand and his serve, as they were the best that I've seen him hit. He showed heart and determination by pushing himself to quickly improve and play at his best. During one practice, I drilled him really hard for his forehand, backhand, overhand, and volley, and surprisingly, he completed the drill without a single word of complaint. Anyone who knows him would agree that he rarely stays quiet when he has something to complain about. At the end of the season, he and his doubles partner ended up being seeded #1. His contribution to the doubles team demonstrated his commitment, heart, and determination to finish his high school tennis career on a high note. I believe he's achieved that and more. I want to thank him not only for his skill on the court, but also for his humor. and social presence, which helped bring the team together as one team. Please welcome this year's Dragonheart awardee, Daniel Lee. The next award, Dragonfire. As a coach, I can say with certainty that this is the type of player you want on your team. As a doubles player, he not only pushes himself to play better, but consistently communicates and supports his partner to play at their best. He's just like a coach on the court, as he encourages, supports, and strategizes with his partner to win the match. If you have watched him play, you surely have heard him yell out, "Attack!" It is his way to get him and his partner focused and playing aggressively with a little bit of intimidation mixed in for their opponents. And more often than not, they have come out on top. As a coach, I cannot ask more from a player than what he has done on and off the court. He's a consummate practice player throughout the season, and at times I have to intervene before he risks injuring himself. As many of you know, he's not one to talk much, but he lets his actions speak for themselves. His passion for tennis is so high that he will do everything in his ability to win. I will surely miss his conduct on and off the court. Please welcome this year's Dragonfire awardee, Do Kim. Rookie of the Year award. This player, new to the team, brought with him raw talent and a lot of potential for growth. At every practice, he consistently showed up with enthusiasm and a genuine desire to practice and develop his skills. But not only that, he brought an incredible amount of positive energy, making the sessions more lively and enjoyable for both the players and coaches. With an open spot on the roster, he was selected to play doubles with one of the players. From his very first match, he showed clear talent and skill, but it was evident that with more match experience, he would grow into an even stronger player. As the season progressed, he improved his technical skills and became a better doubles player. His contribution was evident as his doubles team made the kayak doubles final, narrowly finishing in second, and an APAC finishing second in mixed doubles. Please welcome this year's Rookie of the Year awardee, Hangeul Park. Okay, next, most improved player. Tennis might seem like a purely physical sport, demanding both technical skill and endurance, which is true, but it's also very much a mental game. This player's technical skills have grown continually over the years. If you watch him hit the ball, it would be hard to see him miss hitting any ball, as he is a very consistent player. But where he improved the most in his game is the mental side of tennis. The mental side of tennis is staying focused, being resilient, and managing emotions under pressure. It was convincingly displayed during his rubber match against SIS this season. The team needed just one more win to get a team win, and it was solely on his shoulders to beat the #1 team in kayak. 2 sets he played showcased how tough his mental game has grown, as I was mesmerized watching him use the mental side of tennis to frustrate and convincingly beat a very tough and highly skilled opponent. This win gave SIS the only loss of the season. I could not be more proud of his performance, as he showed how much his mental game has grown to make him a more complete tennis player. If I could make just one wish, it would be for him to have one more year to play for the team. It's just wishful thinking, of course. Please welcome this year's most improved player, Justin Kim. for the most valuable player. He has been the #1 singles player for the last 2 seasons on the team. Basically, he's been the best tennis player at TCIS. Since joining the team, he has grown tremendously both as a player but also as a person. Having to play and compete with the best players on other teams has made him the player that he is. Over the years that I've coached him, I've witnessed tremendous dedication and heart for tennis. I can see it in his eyes and his body language when he's on the tennis court. I can confidently say his love for tennis is incomparable. He gave his all in every match, leaving the court having given everything he had, regardless of the outcome. I believe he has no regrets about his performance because he truly left it all on the court. So I would like to tell him that he's a true champion of tennis. I hope you take that with you as you finish your high school career. And also, it's been a joy to coach you. If I may, I have one regret, and that is I didn't get a rematch against you to improve my score by 100%. That would be 2-6 loss, okay? That means I lost to him 1-6. As for his accomplishments, he was chosen All Kayak Conference 2 consecutive years, and he was seeded #2 singles 2 consecutive years in kayak. There's no doubt in my mind that this player deserves to be the most valuable player. Please welcome this year's most valuable player, Minjun Kim.
The captains are going to thank the coaches later with the girls' team. So first, I want to thank my parents, God, and of course, my favorite team of all, our boys male varsity tennis team. First, I want to thank our tennis team for always being energetic and extroverted as they are. I still remember all my matches that you guys cheered me on from SIS to APAC. I know we didn't have the best ending that we hoped for, but I'm still proud of you all. There's a lot of seniors leaving, but I know that you guys will do good without us. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone in the tennis team. And over the 4 years, I wouldn't forget it. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, I'm Minjun Kim, captain of the boys tennis team. I want to thank everyone, the tennis team, for making me an exciting season. There were a lot of new young players, and it was hard to handle all of your high tension and craziness, especially Hangyar. But it was fun to have you guys as a team. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ju Park. I'm a graduating senior. And I'd like to take a moment to thank those who've been pillars of our team. My teammates, thank you for all the hard-fought matches. And this has been a truly special year, and I couldn't have imagined it without each of you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm the senior, Do, and I want to start thank for our coaches. Personally, this year I had really busy season because of working on portfolio and things, but they helped me overcome the hard things that I have passed on. And for my a들들, and I'm thankful for them because I was as I said, because I was busy, I couldn't really spend lots of time with them. But I want them to know that I love them. And 엄마 매일 매일 밤까지 매일 데리러 와주고 해서 고맙고 사랑합니다.
Hi all. It seems that I'm the last speaker of the team, so I hope I can make a great conclusion. But the problem is that I didn't prepare for the speech, but I'll try my best. So this season, although we have made great achievements, alongside of the achievements, there was a lot of struggles. One of the memorable struggles is that when we went to the away game in Humphreys, the bathroom was locked. Some of us thought that the Humphrey intentionally locked the door in order to degenerate the performance. But although we had faced a lot of struggles, I'm so glad that our teammates has turned their struggles into like an opportunity for growth, not as an athletes, but also beyond the court. They build their identity, they achieve the personal growth. And I want to say thank you to all the coaches. Because of their dedicated support, we were able to grow not only athletes, but as a person. Thank you.
Let's do pictures first. Yeah. Now I would like to welcome the varsity tennis girls on the stage.
All right. So I stand here today filled with huge pride as I look at each and every one of these girls standing in front of me. What we have accomplished this season is amazing. So first place in kayak conference and second place in APAC is truly remarkable. But what makes me even more proud isn't just what we have won, but how we won them. I watched you guys push through challenging matches, supporting each other through victories, and grow not just athletes, but as teammates and leaders. It was my first year coaching tennis, but I think this year's success wasn't just about individual talent, but it was about how you guys came together as a team. Each of you contributed valuable to this journey, whether you're playing crucial matches, cheering from the bleachers, or pushing each other to be better during practice. It's time for one of the most special moments of our celebration, recognizing these outstanding individuals who helped make our season so successful. You all played a vital role in our success, and it's my honor to announce a few special awards tonight. While every member of this team deserves recognition, these awards highlight some exceptional contributions to our team. So our first award
is the Dragon's Heart Award. So it recognizes the player who embodies the true spirit of our team. This athlete showed extraordinary determination, resilience, and heart in everything that she did. Whether facing tough opponents or supporting teammates, she never gave less than 100% and demonstrated what it means to be a dragon. And this year's Dragon Heart goes to Angela Park. Next one is Dragonfire Award celebrates the player whose passion and energy are team spirit throughout the season. Her enthusiasm was contagious, and her commitment unwavering, and her presence sparked motivation in everyone around her. She was always there to cheer for other players when she wasn't playing a match. She truly kept our team's fire burning bright through every match. So congratulations to Lena Nam. Next is the Leadership Award. So a true leader shapes the culture of a team both on and off the court. This recipient demonstrated exceptional leadership through her actions, words, and ability to unite the team. She has led by example, maintained positively during challenges, and helped build a strong team spirit that carries us to our achievement. And this year's Leadership Award goes to Elise Yoon. Our next is the Most Improved Player Award is particularly special because it celebrates the power of dedication and hard work. This athlete showed remarkable growth from the start of the season, transforming their game through countless hours of practice and an unwavering desire to improve. I think she has stayed almost every practice to grow more and improve on areas that she needed. So this year's MIP goes to Vicky Hume. Our last but not least, for our Most Valuable Player Award, recognizes an athlete who has been instrumental in our success this season. This award goes to an athlete who not only proved with their performance, but elevated our entire team. Her consistency, skills, and ability to perform under pressure made her invaluable to our success in our season. The coaches actually saw her practicing her swings in front of the mirror when we were at APAC, preparing herself before her important match. She was also undefeated during the kayak conference. So this year's MVP goes to Elena Wonyoung Lee. And I would like to also recognize our 4 all kayak conference winners. So Gina Zhang, Caroline Yu, Elise Yoon, and Elena Lee. And before I conclude, I want to take one final moment to look at all of you girls. Each person here on this stage, whether you receive an award tonight or not, has been essential to this team. To our graduating seniors, you have left an incredible legacy for future Dragons to follow. We'll miss your presence on the courts next season. And to those returning next year, take these achievements not as an end, but as a foundation to build upon. The bar has been set high, and I know you're ready for a challenge ahead. As your coach, I couldn't have asked for a better group of athletes to work with. So thank you for an unforgettable season.
Hi guys, I'm Gina, one of the seniors on the team. And looking back, this year on our team has been everything I could have hoped for. This season has been filled with so much laughter and honestly, more tears than I ever expected. We cried till we left and we left till we cried. And somehow through all those highs and lows, we managed to become one family. And whether it be celebrating our wins after a close match, taking funny pics with our digital cameras, or talking about our lives on bonding night, each and every moment brought us closer, becoming unforgettable memories. So thank you to everyone. And I want to give special thanks to Angela, who fought through a tough season with me, and Vicky for that whole magnificent APAC journey. And last but not least, I want to thank Coach Sini, Coach Park, and Sangbong Sim. Thank you so much for pushing us to be our best selves on and off the court. We couldn't have really done it without you, coaches. So thanks again, and we wish you guys the best luck for next year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Caroline, and I can't believe this is my very last fall sports season at the school. First, I want to thank all the people who made this season happen and being my second family for the past 4 years. Each and every one of you have made all these years I've spent on this team very special, from our very dreaded daily warm-up laps to our loud talks on the bus back from away games. All of you have made my very last tennis season the most memorable it can be. Coach Sini, Coach Park, and Sangbong Sam, thank you for always being supportive and there for me and everyone else, no matter the challenges we faced. Elena, Gina, and Elise, I'm glad I got to spend the last 3 to 4 years on the team with you all. And Alina, thank you for being my very last doubles partner and being the first person I could win my last final kayak tournament with. And I'm glad I got to spend my last ever fall sports season with you all, and I hope to carry all these memories for the years to come. And most importantly, I want to thank my mom. 시즌 중간 나의 행복한 순간과 우울한 순간들 무슨 일이 있어도 항상 내 옆에 있어주고 응원해줘서 고마워. Thank you for being the most supportive person to me for the past 4 years, and 엄마 사랑해.
I'm going to make it shorter. So first, I want to thank my parents, especially my mom, even though she left before I came here. But I think that she had an understanding heart throughout my complaints this season because I was really stressed. So I want to thank her, even though she was always confused why I was stressing over high school sport. But anyway, I also like to thank God for providing me for this opportunity and team, because I think tennis has been the highlight of my high school for the past 3 years. And I think I honestly enjoyed the team more than I enjoyed the sport. Even though there were like a lot of ups and downs, I think that the team got me through everything, and through the bus rides and all the content that I got for Instagram and YouTube. So thank you for goofing off with me. And one really important person that got me through my struggles as singles one this year is Coach Sini. I want to thank you for having an understanding heart through the season and always being there to cheer the team on. I think we rubbed off on your success as APAC champion, and I think that's what got us to get conference champions this year. Thank you for being positive in all our practices and giving me and the other seniors our best last season. So thank you for joking with us, and also again, I apologize for hitting you with the ball that one practice. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elena, one of the co-captain with Elise, and I can definitely say that this season has not been the easiest, but I think our team and my favorite underclassmen made the experience worthwhile despite all the hardships that we faced. And I don't know, this can't just be attributed to our players, but to our coaches. So Coach Sini, you're the best coach that I could ever have asked for, especially in my last tennis season at TCIS, giving us all the mental support that we needed. But I also want to thank our technical coach, Sangbong Sam, as being our motivation throughout the years. He's trained basically our whole team since middle school, and if it weren't for him, we would literally not have a tennis team achieving such great things. I would like to thank him for being such a positive influence on us and for giving us the critical advice that we needed to play out our best. 쌤이 없었으면 저희 팀도 없었을 거예요. We love you so much. 감사합니다.
now the captains will present some gifts for their coaches.
Hey guys, it's us again. So we waited because we want to give the gifts while we're speaking. So first, Sambong-sam, I can't believe it's already time for us to leave the team. I remember in the COVID times when me and Minjun and a few others snuck into school trying to play tennis. And you were the one who always drove us somewhere else to a place where we could play tennis with other people. Your passion and drive helped us become who we are today. And 7년 동안 절 도와줘서 정말로 감사합니다.
Now I want to give special thanks to Coach Park. Coach Park, you've been coaching me for 4 years now, and you've been a huge part of my career, guiding me through the ups and downs. Thank you for always believing in me and pushing me to be better. I'm sorry that I didn't give you the best results. Wasn't in the finals for 3 years in a row now. But I'm really thankful that you've always been there for me and cheer me up and motivate me to not give up and become better. Your dedication and support to the team has not only shaped our tennis skills, but also who we are as a person. It was a great journey to have you as my tennis coach. And again, thank you for everything that you've done for me and for our team. Oh, and lastly, happy birthday, Coach Park.
Now, all right, thank you so much for all the athletes, all the coaches, and everyone that's been involved in fall sports. Before we wrap up here, we are going to go through the fall sports highlights video, courtesy of the media team.
You got this. Don't be jealous, my hustle, cause I'm killing all day. I be flexing my muscles, I don't care what they say. See the watch, see the Benz, I could spend my money. So much dough, so much bread, I could have a bakerette. Watch out, I'm in my zone, hand me the microphone. They say when in Rome. Yep. Me and my crew, although we made it up, we on top. We keep on pushing, bars are raising. We don't stop, no one can replicate the magic that we unlock. Cause we on top. Put your hands up in the air, 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 put your hands up in the air.
All right, so as we close out the award ceremony, there are some people that we haven't given thanks to. And like I mentioned, it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to make athletics run and make sports possible for you guys. So please give a special thanks to all these people on the screen. If you see them, if you run into them, please give them your thanks because they do a lot of work and they make the sports season possible for you. Along with those special people, special shout out to the Athletics Council and also Ashley Kim. They obviously run the scoreboard for all the games, and they allow so many things behind the scenes in sport, and they allow it to actually happen, and they're organized. So they're going to continue to help with us for the basketball and the cheer season and for the spring season. So give them a round of applause. Lastly, last thing, before we wrap up here, I want to thank you guys as a first-year AD here at TCIS. It's been really fun getting to know you guys, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. You guys are really good people, and whether you were just dropping by to say hi in my office, or you were working out with me in the fitness center, or some of you are teaching me how to spike a volleyball, which I'm not very good at still. I really cherish all the interactions that we've had with each other. I'm really excited to start to build a future with you guys, and at the same time, I'm also really sad to see all the seniors go. But I know that you guys are leaving a great legacy behind. I want you to know that I feel really proud to be your AD, and I feel grateful that I get to work with you guys every single day. So thank you guys for being so awesome, and let's keep it up for winter sports. For the last time, congratulations to all the athletes, coaches, and members of TCIS. Thank you all for coming out.